Dear colleagues and friends, welcome to the 23rd International Conference on Grey Literature. I am very happy to be part of this conference and so glad you decided to watch this presentation. It is unfortunate that we were not able to meet in person, but just like anything else in life, sustainability requires flexibility. This brings me to the topic of my presentation today, which is the impact of digital transformation on the sustainability of grey literature. Few words about myself. My name is Dobrica Savić, and I have been involved with the grey literature and its sustainability for over 30 years. I worked on 3 continents for various organizations of the United Nations, and for the last 13 years I have been head of the Nuclear Information Section at the International Atomic Energy Agency in Vienna, Austria. My education includes a doctorate degree in information management and, in addition, 3 master degrees in related fields. Our human nature makes us very curious about the world around us. Still, whenever we face something new, like a new event, a new gadget, a new book or article, or a new presentation such as this one, we immediately try to evaluate and figure out what is it all about and, more importantly, why should we care about it and spend our time on it? Well, I believe that the reasons we should care are numerous. Some of the more important ones are the following. We are flooded with tons of information and documentation. It has become hard to keep track of various formats, in particular the formats of grey literature. The GreyNet website lists over 150 document types, including databases, data sets, data sheets, data papers, satellite data, and product data. We are deeply immersed in digital transformation of current business models. Digital transformation impacts the way we conduct our business. It impacts the grey literature work, the immediate workplace, and the workforce involved. Lack of proper care for grey literature brings loss of data and information and loss of knowledge. We need to ensure long-term availability of grey literature, possibility for its retrieval, use, continuous value, and operability. This presentation starts with the concept of digital transformation and sustainability. It will continue with the impact of digital transformation on the grey literature, in particular on the nature of grey literature work, on the grey literature workforce, the leadership, and the impact on the grey literature workplace. It will sum up with listing some of the grey literature sustainability principles and offer some conclusions at the end. The first concept which needs to be defined is digital transformation. We are all immersed in it, but hardly ever have enough time to define and comprehend it sufficiently enough, either from theoretical or practical aspect. So a brief definition defines digital transformation as a process that leverages modern information technology and brings a large-scale change to business models, processes, and customer experiences in order to create value. Main characteristics of digital transformations are the following. Creation of new business models using modern information technology and artificial intelligence, streamlining of production processes, focus on customer experience, leveraging of existing knowledge, change of organizational culture, use of modern data and information management analytical tools, and focus on value, not activities. Our next concept, which needs some clarification, is sustainability. It is the ability to continue at a particular level for a period of time. It also covers the present time by meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. It has 3 main pillars: social, environmental, and economic. These 3 pillars are sometimes referred to as people, planet, and profits. Sustainability helps meet the future needs of both people and businesses by maintaining required resources. It deals with risk management, produces cost savings, and could drive innovation. It is usually associated with higher quality, and in business it refers to maintaining or sustaining profitability through the use of its assets. Economic sustainability is of main concern regarding the grey literature sustainability. It is important to decide what sustainability goals will the organization implement, how will success be measured, what are the relevant standards of providing assurances on sustainability, and how will they be implemented. Of great importance is also the role of leadership in sustainability and how will governance function in the long run. For the participants of this conference, the term grey literature is well known and fully understood. Therefore, I will offer just a very short reminder of its definition. Grey literature represents any recorded, referable, and sustainable data or information resource of current or future value, made publicly available without a traditional peer review process. This definition considers all major elements of the grey literature concept, namely long-term preservation, sustainability, usability, and value, while acknowledging the lack of a traditional peer review process used for regular white literature. There are many new sources of data, such as the Internet of Things, machine-to-machine communication, self-driven cars, robots, sensors, security systems, surveillance cameras, and many other systems or apps using artificial intelligence and machine learning. The estimated number of currently connected electronic devices creating specific data varies by billions. Data produced by these devices is highly contextual and software dependent, making it hard to collect and process, and even harder to make sense of it and preserve for future use. Digital transformation impacts grey literature sustainability by changing the nature of grey literature work, by placing new demands on the grey literature workforce, and by changing the workplace itself. So let's look at the changes brought to the nature of grey literature work. There are 5 V's which are important in any analysis of information data, but also in knowledge analysis. They are variety, with issues such as new digital formats, unstructured data, interlinked, dynamic, and privacy issues. Volume or size, with legacy issues, interoperability, storage, possibility to manage it. Veracity or trustworthiness is a very important characteristic which includes accuracy, authenticity, source, and security. Velocity or speed of creation, analysis, distribution, and use, which is in constant rise. Value. Everyone is talking about information assets, which covers business value, branding, reputation, performance, intellectual property. Impact on grey literature workforce and the roles of grey literature professionals is very sensitive. For example, some previous tasks and functions might be completely transformed so search and identification can be replaced by a cognitive search, evaluation and review by AI algorithms, collection and processing might change into harvesting, sharing, and promotion might take a road of open access, while long-term maintenance and preservation might come against the stumbling block called organizational policies. To provide sustainable services and long-term access to grey literature, professionals working on it will need a new set of competencies. Almost all of the ones listed here are important, and some might take more, while some might take less time and energy. Digital literacy and technical knowledge will become paramount, so lifelong microlearning and personal development become a must. Emotional intelligence, social skills, cultural and other diversity will need to be accompanied with a high level of digital ethics. It is assumed that this list of competency requirements will continue to grow. As being part of the general workforce, impact on leadership is already substantial. Customer focus, good strategy and excellent communication, team building, quick learners, agile management and employee empowerment are just some of the bigger roles leadership will have to assume. The impact of digital transformation on the grey literature workplace and long-term sustainability is especially complex. Some of the major stumbling blocks include old style of management, strict hierarchy, lack of flexibility, complex structures, legacy solutions, and many, many others. The way out of this and the road to sustainable grey literature is through use of new IT tools, digital dexterity, strong digital culture, removal of information silos, agility, team building, and remote work. In order something to be regarded sustainable, grey literature included, following criteria needs to be met. It needs to be available for a long period of time. It needs to be retrievable in future. It needs to be usable, valuable, and operational. This presentation covered several interrelated topics, all of them important, and worth further analysis and review. However, these are just some of the conclusions that should be mentioned. Digital transformation is already with us. It impacts all aspects of our work, and it changes the way we create, disseminate, use, and preserve grey literature. The changing nature of grey literature is seen by the increase of grey literature types and volume, the speed of its creation, the trustworthiness, and its value. Grey literature sustainability requires that the collections are easily available, retrievable, and usable, as well as that they remain valuable and operational. Grey literature professionals need to develop new digital mindset so that they can continue to be contributing and respected staff members of the future organizations. Grey literature leaders should improve organization competitiveness and productivity to achieve better results and high-quality services by leveraging IT technology, focusing on customers, empowering employees, and using analysis. Grey literature workplace has already experienced changes with the introduction of a new normal, while adapting to COVID-19 pandemic and working from home. Much more is to come. We should remember a famous quote by Charles Darwin that said, "It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change." Thank you very much for your attention.